Hey folks, this is 1813 Fair Warning. I'm Kevin Steele. Today we have changes on the way. We have legislation in Washington, a $2.2 trillion stimulus bill. Steele joined by Congressman Weber right now. Randy Weber, thank you so much for giving us the time. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Kevin.
Historic day. Boy, what must it be like to look at a bill of this magnitude?
But this is historic times. You know, you're watching the economy go down and down and down. Actually, this is a historic day. You're right. Shuttered their doors. Yeah. I did drive to come spend some time with my daughter and what I call the first crop of grandkids.
There you go.
And you'd be amazed, I mean, to see the businesses, the stores along the streets that we drove that are just closed up, closed down.
It has to be scary. It has to be something of substantial concern to you as a conservative who likes to support the American worker. And it seems to me that a $2.2 trillion bill is a bill for the American worker as opposed to corporate America, as AOC would like to argue.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, being a small business owner, I owned an air conditioning company for 35 years. We never had more than 10 people. We were very small and sold it about 3 years ago. So I get that the stats I've read, and I believe they're accurate, are 70% of Americans work for small businesses. And so absolutely, I know the Democrats would love to ding us and say we're all about the big corporate fat cats, and that's not even remotely accurate, you know. And by the way, that was one of the things in the original bill was that the Democrats were going to tell corporations what they could and could do in terms of having boards of directors. You got to let the stockholders decide that. Now, I get that in the money part of the package, Kevin, there were preclusions that they could not spend that money on buying back stock and some of those things, executive bonuses, all good. I'm glad for that. But you don't tell companies how to run their business, basically.
Yeah, I understand. Well, are you satisfied that this is the most clean, elegant bill ever written?
Negatory, good buddy. To quote my Seabeard buddies back in the day. No, there's lots of things in it that I didn't like. Not the least of which I said I don't like government telling businesses what they can and can't do. People when they can and cannot leave their homes, for example.
Yeah.
If you're and not to mention the possibility, Kevin, if you're going to do this for the coronavirus, are you also going to have government bailouts for flu, for cancer? You just name it. And Lord forbid we'd have Ebola come back around. You could just go right down the list. So I'm very, very concerned. Nancy Pelosi had voting requirements where states were going to be mandated to allow same-day voting registration. I'm like, so, you know, we took a lot of those killer, what we call poison pills out. But still, all in all, I'm very reluctant for the government to tell businesses what to do.
Well, you still have for example, the Kennedy Center numbers in there, millions for that. But people have to understand that you've also got, $140 billion for American hospitals. It just
not only
both. You don't get
it's American hospitals, American workers too, where they actually add to the state's unemployment figures, because by all the experts' calculations that I've read and listened to and watched, and believe you me, it's been a lot of them. I've been on a lot of conference calls.
Yes,
they're thinking this could go on for a couple of months.
Yeah, into June.
Keep money in our economy to keep these. Well, we don't know. The small businesses don't shutter their windows and doors. You know, there's money for small businesses and for workers, and that's families, and there's money for hospitals and